Hello? 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 Hi. Oh, it wasn't working on the other screen. Why does it do that? I was like, okay, I'll look at the... I'm going to look at the screen where the chat is broken. And then be like, why is no one saying anything in chat? Instead of looking at the window. Hello, welcome Poi, Ray. Welcome, welcome. Is that? Okay. I was just wondering if it was showing the right badge on the thingy. On the live chat. How's it going? How are we doing today? Gotta say, today was a day. I really love the kind of weaving in and out of like, alright, well, yesterday was pretty hard. Today was not very hard. It might be nice if it was like a little, you know, if the waves were a little more stable. Instead of like, here's a tidal wave, and then here's like not a tidal wave. It's not. I mean, mind you, it's just waiting to hear back on, like work things. Because I'll be like asked to do something, and then I'm like, okay, well, I mean, like, yeah, I thought about it, and then I wrote some stuff, and then like I'm just pending like a design discussion basically, and I know that like I'll always work ahead a whole bunch, and then, you know, the place that I'm working right now is like a little oh, thank you for the headpad. The place that I'm at right now is I think the producer is very particular. You know, and clearly they're going for something very specific. I'm not really of the same mind. Usually I try to trust the people around me. But I think they want things that are very specific. So my point is that I work ahead, and then it's like, hey, here's all these things, and it's like, well, gotta we gotta go point for point here. Now, mind you, I think, you know, maybe it is for the better. Like, I think I see improvement out of the discussion, but I think maybe the thing that is just annoying is when it's like, okay, well, I have, like, this much material prepared. Hey, Grayos, welcome. This much material prepared, and I would like to get from point A to point B, and then let's discuss it. Which I was trying to pin down what was bothering me about the kind of vibe. Whereas I think in previous teams I've worked with, like, you can usually get to point A, from point A to point B, people will take notes and then you discuss things. Or at least you try to get through it kind of fast, and then you go back. I don't know. It's just what I noticed the other day. I realized that I was a little frustrated with, like, A, I have to go. Like, it's the end of my shift. And B, like, there's still... We didn't even get to the important things that I need to tell you about the stuff that I'm working on. Like, I need to tell you about these very important things, like, probably before I go. And then we're stuck on, like, point 1.51A. So, you know, I know that it's important. I don't think there's, like, an issue with them being particular. Maybe they're a little bit more on the micromanaging side than I personally would be, but I'm not a producer, so I don't... Who the hell... What do I know? Right? That's not really the problem. It's just, like... Please let me at least tell you the full status report before we dive into like an hour and a half long design discussion. Please. 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 But yeah, Anyways, the point is that today I, like, you know, redid some design docs and then, like, didn't... But then it's like, do we have a meeting today? I don't know. Apparently we didn't. It's a great. So yeah. Point is today was easy. Yeah, Poi's back from the cabin. Yeah, I know you mentioned you were going to be gone for the weekend, and then you weren't here yesterday, and I was like, oh, where's Poi? Oh, they're not here. No one's here at the start of the stream. Ooh. And then it felt kind of empty. And then I was sad for an hour. And then I just talked about being sad for an hour. And made everyone sad with the sad background music. It was very funny. Not a fan of being without internet for the better part of a week, but it's fun to go, so it's fine. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't know what it would feel like to not have internet for, like, a week. Like, it's been a very long time since I've been completely disconnected from, like, the internet. So, it's kind of interesting because I feel like the thing for me is that, like, even if I didn't have the internet, right, and I was around my friends, like, we would just play card games all day. You know what I mean? Like, is that much better? Right? Is it better than if I was gonna, like, hang out with these people anyways? or something. Is it better that we're just, like, basically playing games and brain rotting anyways? Like, I don't know. We did play card games a lot. Yeah, and I think the idea is to just, like, some people are only, like, half engaged and then they, like, distract themselves. So, like, you know, that happens. I know that, like, it's not that it's frustrating, because, like, it's, like, a weird thing. Like, I don't necessarily feel like, sorry, I don't think did I greet Ray? Because I said welcome. I just wanted to make sure I greeted everybody. But yes. Shika Noko? Is it a card game? Is there a card game for that? Brain Rot? Is it the Brain Rot card game? Okay. Sometimes I forget, and then I just, like, go off. But yeah, so it's kind of like, I understand, like, when people don't have answers or they don't have responses or something, because, like, I'm talking in context to, like, Commander, right? You know, I understand, like, you don't have to be paying attention because, like, you don't have any interaction, but, like, I feel like there's a vibe where people are, like, into the game, like, they're paying attention and they're like, oh, what's, like, this person gonna do, right? Which people normally conk out when it's, like, an overly long combo turn where no one has any interaction. It's like, no one cares. It's like, you probably got us, go do your thing, I'm gonna go take a piss and come back, right? I think that's when it's fair. But, like, if things are actively happening, then it's kind of like, it's annoying when people are not paying attention to the board state. They're on their phone or something, and then just, like, what are they saying? Yeah, they're like on their phone or something, don't keep track of the board state, and then they're, like, surprised. And it's not even a, like, if they're surprised thing. There's also just, like, the vibe is wrong when people aren't paying attention, which I hate to say it. Because like, a lot of people want to say, like, okay, well, I'll half pay attention, and then I'll, like, pay attention enough to the board state that I can, like, know what it is, and then it's like, don't worry, like, if I have to ask something, like, you know, don't chastise me. Like, I get it, I understand, and I'm mostly okay with these things. I'm just saying that the vibe is a little different when everyone is engaged and paying attention. It feels... The vibe is different. Sorry. If you were half paying attention, the vibe is different. So... Beat the Three Houses DLC, which was way easier than I remembered / expected. The only half difficult map was the penultimate one, and even then, once I didn't play aggro with the Ashen Wolves, it was easy. I don't remember what the penultimate map was. I know that the boss was easy, because we finished it. What was the penultimate map? Oh, it was the one with the... Yeah, it was the one in the tomb. And then what I did was I just vantage crit everybody with Retribution. Yeah. I remember that map. Because we had one turn where Byleth just, like, killed everything with Retribution. And it's like, vantage crit, let's go! We're actually doing it! We're using vantage crit! Whoa, explode everything! That was funny. And then I felt like the other hard map was the one with the time limit. Because we... How did you consistently get crits? With a killer edge. Killer edge in doubles? I don't remember if it was always doubled. But the killer edge was, like, in good rolls. Was pretty, like, that was good enough. Because, like, the bolting mages would miss and then die. I don't really know. So you just hoped not doing that? I mean, like, I have, you know, I have divine pulses for a reason. So might as well fish for it and try. Yeah, I find the randomness in turn-based games like that very interesting because there's kind of this thought. All their castings of bolting before moving in. Yeah, I had to get rid of the meteor casts from the boss. Otherwise, there was problems. But yeah, I always find RNG, like, a little bit interesting in those kinds of games, like, you know, turn-based strategy games. Because you kind of think, like, well, let's say you rolled really good RNG, and you just crit everything all the time. Then you'd be like, okay, well, I won this map, even though we're on the amount of random deviation required for this to happen in this way was like, I was extremely lucky, right? And then you could say, well, the best way to win the map is just to be, like, to re-roll the map, like, a bajillion times until you get really lucky and win the game, right? But I kind of feel like, you know, if you commit to, like, a medium string of variance, right? Where it's like, okay, you know, I can crit, I can get this thing, I could be lucky, I could be less lucky, and then you just, like, commit to it and try every time, then it, you know, I feel like it takes away the, I guess, lameness of, well, technically you could just infinitely reroll the map and then, like, crit them, I guess. Oh, did the music stop playing? Oh, my YouTube crashed. Oh no. Well, hopefully you guys will be back in a second, because I'm pretty sure this means my my chat crashed as well. I probably should have reset my computer. There was a... Because I, you know, opened, like, art software and all that, which usually destroys the memory on my computer. We'll be back in a second. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. But, yeah, so it's the same thing with, like, roguelikes. It's kind of like, oh, well, do I just re-roll for the perfect stuff and then, oh, well, I you know, this run happened because I just, like, re-rolled a whole bunch, which I guess the idea for roguelikes is that you want the best average over time, so re-rolling for a perfect seed isn't really, like, fair for that idea. Whereas if you're just trying to win once, it's like, sure, you could, you could keep re-rolling forever and ever. Just fair. Honestly, still fair to do that. Wow, we are bugged out forever. Why are we so bugged? Let me try doing this. If I performance mode. Try. Okay. I think we're back. Yeah, I think it's just like the memory issues. Unfortunately. I mean, ease what it is. So yeah, having a good average over time. And I think that the best way to have a good average over time is to leverage when you have space to rely on luck, which is why I think Divine Pulse is so cool, is that you can use it aggressively. When you can leverage luck, do it. And then if you have like the systems to compensate, then you can utilize those as a tool. Yeah. So anyways, yeah, I just Vantage created that map, and it was dope. The other map that I was gonna say was the one with the monsters, like the big monster chasing you, because I killed both of them because I wanted to kill both of them, and that required some finagling to do that. So, you know, I was really stressed at the end of that map, like actually kind of angry and raging, but I think that if you did the map as intended, where you just kind of run away and plow through all of the enemies, like I think that map is easier than how stressed I was, especially because there was the gate. So I realized this after. There was the gate where after you cross everybody, you only have 4 turns. So we were able to do it in 4 turns, and I think it was like pretty doable in 4 turns, even though we were on the last turn there. But I realized that if you only put half the units through, and then you played a few turns, like sort of between the doors, the leftover time you have from the previous section helps you clear that section. So basically what I'm saying is if we didn't stall for 5 turns trying to fight the monster, it wasn't 5 turns, but it was like we'd spent some turns stalling. If you didn't do that, then I think we would have had a much better shot. Because you could just send a cavalry unit to pull the lever and then like have them dip away from the monster aggro, and then like you're fine. It's not... Map is not complicated, so... Did end up losing Dimitri on said penultimate map, but I didn't notice until the map after, where I saw an empty slot. That's kind of funny. It's pretty funny. Yeah, I'm surprised they let the house leaders die, but I guess since you already need the Ashen Wolves to not die, you don't really want to... It's like, none of your party can die, basically. It's like, none of the house leaders, Byleth, or any of the Ashen Wolves. That's like 8 people. It's actually like 8 people. So, so I get it. I get it. Okay, so my day has been pretty easy and pretty nice, I think. I just want to hop into it. We'll see how it is, and we'll go to the 2-hour mark, and that's it, because I want to go. I played that map. I was planning on fighting the big monsters until I saw how strict the time limit seemed. Like only 10 turns, and said screw that after seeing the combat prognosis. Yeah. Basically, how you had to kill it on hard was you had to use, like, gambits to break the thing. And then you had to, like, sweep it while it was stunned, or, like... Yeah, I don't know. It was very silly. Because I think No, they didn't have counterattack. I don't remember. The point is, killing them was, like, obnoxious. You definitely weren't supposed to kill them. There was no reward for killing them. It was, like... It wasn't impossible. I mean, it was the classic, like, chat was like, oh no, you're just supposed to run, like, stop fighting the monster, oh, what are you doing, Flares? And it's like, listen, you said I can't kill the thing, which means I need to try killing the thing. You're a bunch of babies. The entire time I thought about how you'd go through with it despite there not being a reason to. Yeah, murder! Exactly. It's just like, I don't make the rules. But where other people are like, oh, you're not supposed to do that. Stop trying to do stupid things in the video game. Like, I don't know. What's the point of playing the game? I don't know. Alright. So, we're playing this today. I really wonder how they got the, like, I think they're spine models. I guess that makes a lot of sense. If these are spine models, because I don't think they're live 2D, then the character models in the base game are also done in spine, to my understanding. Which would mean that it makes sense that they could get the spine models from Arknights in here. Okay, so we're playing Anime Girl today from Arknights. Reed is very cute. Very cute Reed. Very cute. Oh, I should probably do the intro for the video that I'm never gonna edit. Welcome to Design the Spire, where we play mods and slay the Spire. I have a script that I say every time before we start this about how we're gonna look at the design of the characters. It's very standardized. Because we're not super concerned with like winning or saying, hey, this is crazily off balance from the base characters. We use heuristics for sure, but we're more concerned with what is the design intention of the character, how do they play, what effects and combinations of relics and etc. do they use to achieve the effects in the mod. The design intent, you could say. That was probably the least standard intro I've done in a while. Okay, so we're playing Reed today. This is an Arknights character, and is also an anime girl, which means that it's going to be terrible, as most anime girl mods are. There is no correlation between anime girls and how good the mods are. Okay, so this is an Arknights character. I'm noticing right away that they have more gold. They have more starting gold, I think. But did Lorekeeper have more starting gold? No. They all had 99. Why does she have 12 more gold? Don't know. She does not start at max HP. Very interesting. Don't know why. And her relic is the first time you attack every turn, burn 1 to the target. Every enemy owns 1 spark normal at the start of combat. This is also a translated mod, to my understanding. I believe it was originally in Chinese. So, yeah, welcome, Cephalos. Welcome. No correlation. This was a lie. I mean, no, it's hit or miss. It doesn't matter. But yeah, this was, I'm pretty sure this mod is translated. So we're not going to be super harsh on wording things. Doesn't matter. Yeah, so let's hop into it. I guess when we attack, we apply burn, and then I guess this does something. Spark normal. Don't know what that means. Yeah, how's it going, Cephalos? What is this? What's happening there? I have no idea what that is. It's gonna tilt the shit out of me. Base deck. Okay, we have 4 strikes, 4 defends. Classic. 2 cards. Deal 4 damage 3 times, burn 2. Burn. Damage. Deal damage to resistance. Resistance. It's also not keyworded. I don't know what resistance is. When it turns to 0, the enemy gets into burn status. Duration. Improve damage of all spark cards. Okay, well, this is unreadable. Can you check the reminder text on the relic? Oh, I could do that. Attach a spark normal. Add 1 flame shadow to your hand. Ethereal exhaust, burn 1. When discarded, exhaust at the same time. Oh, so I give myself a status. And then I burn myself for 1. Resistance is the elemental damage mechanic from Arknights. Sure. I think I remember that. We have played Arknights, just for the record. And I have this character. She's great. I love Reed. She's very cute. But I don't know what the context of resistance in this game is, which maybe reading the relic will tell us. Burn, okay, resistance, spark card. Each enemy has 3 vacancy. When getting into burn status, trigger the burst effect. 3 spark card of the same name will step. Okay, I don't know what step means. Evidently, the translation on this is a little rough. We'll probably figure it out as we start playing. The nice thing about playing these mods that are translated, just for the record, and why I said, like, we're not going to be too hard about, like, translation errors, is that the thing about gameplay is that when you play it and you kind of get it, like, you get it, right? Which is really cool. When there's good gameplay, you just, like, there's no narrative hooks in this game. It's not like I need to, you know what I mean? So we're just going to try our best and see how it goes. Evidently this burn seems to be really important. I don't know if, like, maybe we burn people, so, like, I don't know if it has to tick up to 3 to do her burst thing. I know that that was a mechanic. I discard to vacancy of enemy. There is no vacancy, detonate 1 spark card first. Okay, so we'll probably have to figure that out as we play, because I have no idea. No changes to turnover rate by the looks of it, and yeah, everything seems to be in order except for weirdly more money. I don't know why. I can't imagine 12 extra gold doing that much, but, like, what is that? Basically 1 encounter? Read more like we doodle now! Boy, thank you for the 20 months. Oh my god. Hey, has it been 2 years yet? That's 2 years, right? 20 months is 2 years? Thank you for your patronage. And being a Lyrilyte. Damn. Honestly, it's pretty crazy to me because I always think about, like, how do I say this? I always think about the fact that maybe one day, like, we'll be very popular. Doubt it, honestly. But it's that thing where, like, there will be people who are just like, oh, you've been a Lyrilyte for, like, 3+ years. And then there will be people who are, like, 1 year Lyrilytes. That's $100 right down the drain. Oh, no. No, it's $100 into my spank bank. I mean, I would never do that. I try to reinvest into the stream. I know that I'm waiting on, like... I swear I've ordered, like, 10 scabs. And I'm just, like, waiting. I'm just waiting for new schedule art. I'm realizing that I could have done this earlier so that I could have... I think having, like, a new schedule art every month seems reasonable, and I want to try and continue doing that. But it also means that I need to, like, plan, and foresight, surprisingly, for the time mage, is very difficult. But that's the thing, is that I'm a time mage. I don't have to have foresight. I just go back in time. I don't give a shit. Just go back. I have to think about it. If problems happen, we go back. We don't have to think. Thinking is too hard. But yeah. Okay, so we're not going to remove any cards. We're not going to change the starting relic. I guess, like, I don't really want to curse, and I don't like getting rare cards early when I play these because it feels like they sometimes break the run. You only have 2 eyes, goddammit. I've been watching Gigi play Outer Wilds. It's very nice watching someone else play that game because, like, I was too busy getting motion sick and being upset when I was playing it. So it's nice watching someone else play it. The context for this is whenever they're not supposed to help, they do this. Because the characters have 4 eyes, right? So I think it's just kind of funny to me. I feel like being a time mage would require more thinking, but maybe I think about relativity too much. Well, see, that's the thing, right? Is that, you know, I explain this a lot to people, which is that, like, okay, so there are people who care about time, like the seconds that tick throughout the day and needing to keep track of them. by virtue of being a time mage, like time is just like a dimension that you walk in. You know what I mean? Like, it's like if you walk to your kitchen, if I needed to fix something 10 minutes ago, I just like go walk to the kitchen and then come back. It's like I don't have to think about it, right? I just like do it. So it's like the past which you remember is just what happened, right? You didn't see me go walk to the kitchen and fix something, but like it happened, right? And I can never tell you when I've changed something because like I was like walking around. It's not, you don't have to think about it. Hopefully that makes sense. It's not complicated. It's like breathing. I totally have time powers. Just shh. Just shush. Okay. Let's get gold. Let's go fight something. Fight some elites. Okay. Burn and resistance. 1. There is a resistance bar above enemies' HP. Okay, so that's this one. When you burn enemies, resistance will reduce. When it turns to 0, the enemy will get into burn status. Okay. This is a good tutorial. I'm glad that they highlighted all of this. Like, this is all highlighted together, which is good. Spire, baby! Welcome, Lux. Yeah, we're playing Reed. I'm not sure that's how a Lorentzian manifold works. I have no idea what that is. Listen, all of this, like... all of this technical terms and stuff, it's like... Excuse me. All these technical terms and stuff, it's like... it's just breathing. It's like breathing to me. What is memory? Return to reality. Current round 1. Here we'll record every card you play every turn. Not repeated. Only attack, skill, or power. What the... why? Why is this necessary? Okay. So... excuse me. Okay. We're good. So it has a resistance of 4. And I believe we burn things when we attack the first time, so I think this... does this burn it immediately? Oh, it kills it immediately. Because it didn't have any HP. So maybe I could have thought about that. Can I play this? Okay, so that reduced the resistance, but what did the... attach a spark normal... add 1 flame shadow to your hand. Don't know what spark normal is. Don't know what that means yet. Burn you. I don't know about this. Okay, so... backfade damage. So... I just wish I could... spark normal. Burst, take 8 damage. Oh! Also, I'm so sorry, my, there's something caught, or not caught in my throat. But anyways. A cursory Google search tells me that a Lorentzian manifold is an equation theory of how the fabric of space-time behaves. Yeah, I mean, like, this... all the science stuff is, like, explaining how walking works. I don't need you to explain how walking works. Oh, give me that. That's... listen. No. Alright, so let's see what happens. So this has 2 spark normals. Oh, why don't we try doing this? So if I... this is a skill, so it doesn't pop the thing. So... spark and... step nor... what? What does step mean? Hope step spark, I'm stuck. So, oh wait, this is this, right? When you... has 3 vacancies... and getting into burn status trigger the burst effect. 3 will step. So I guess step means it grows, it becomes bigger. Burn and resistance 2. Move your mouse onto enemies there will be spark cards. Burn status will trigger them. After you use normally, resistance will recover 1. If 4 exits burn stat. Okay, well. That was very... I'm just not gonna... It's okay. New mod, who this? Should we take it just for fun? It's 1 energy. Listen. The chicken nuggets are downstairs. It at least does something with that token. Yeah, at the end of your turn, deal 4 damage to all enemies and exhaust. When discarded, exhaust at the same time. Bring the resistance down to 0 will trigger all of the attached sparks. Yeah, I got that part, but I wasn't sure what the other part was. Because it said, like, recovers to 1 resistance, so I don't know what the other part of it was. Deal 7 damage if target's HP is more than half. Deal 7 more damage. I was trying to think of... So this is clearly their double strike card. I'm just wondering about the condition. I think that... It maybe makes sense that there's an enemy trigger condition because you apply sparks and then you do like a lot of damage in one burst. So like you want to hit them down to half and then the sparks should theoretically kill them maybe. Missing description. Yeah, we're not concerned about that. The resistance comes back gradually after it's reduced to 0. Yeah, so does it not reset to 4? I'm not sure. Gain 2 block 3 times. Gain 1 heart knot. The card is played auto or by recall. Gain block 1 heart knot. Oh, so like if you discard statuses, then yeah, I believe it does not reset. Have you played this before? I'm just wondering because you seem very confident. Being 10.5 damage at base is nice. This one? Yeah, I guess the idea is that I'm thinking, like, this will always deal 14 because you'll always kill them with Spark on the other half. So, I guess what I'm pointing out is just, like, so designing the double strike card for a character is important, and whatever the condition for their double strike is important as well. So, like, I just thought an HP condition was sort of weird. Like, that just seems odd. But I guess because of how this character plays, you will often kill something after it goes past 50% HP to sparks, because that's what the character does. So this, interestingly, does fit probably quite well with what the character is doing. This card seems very interesting, so I want to take it, but also not taking an attack card seems bad. So we'll do this. Oh, it has little things over their head this time. They didn't have that before, I don't think. Hey there, welcome. What do I call you, Shmee? I've been playing your Flyware mod a lot. Super fun. Thank you, I really appreciate that. I haven't really updated it. Like, it's probably... It's run its course. I don't think I have to update it anymore, but I'm glad people are playing it. It's always very, it's like, what is the right... I hate that my brain just doesn't work. But as a designer, it means a lot to me when players play and they enjoy themselves. It is all I can ever ask for. So I'm glad you are having fun. That's what I wanted to say. So wait, so is this not... Oh, that's how many sparks are on it, and that's its resistance. I know that's literally what it explained, but okay, so this makes a lot of sense. I like the UI. The UI seems to work. Okay, do this. That's interesting. So, So this burns twice, and then you burn at the start of your turn. Doesn't trigger the resistance break immediately, I think is interesting. So probably what the desired outcome is you draw Spark first, you burn them on the first turn, and then you burn them like this. Or if you do it the other way around, then you could, I don't know. The point is playing these two triggers the resistance break and also triggers the Spark. So that's good. It's good that it does that. Numbers work out. It's good. Nice. I mean, that just seemed sweet. I was expecting Sting to double hit. Odd. Oh, did it not double hit? Maybe it checks afterwards. Yo, is that my girl? Yo, it's Sayleech. Let's go. Why is Sayleech in here? What are we doing? It dealt 14, not 7/7. Oh, interesting. So it doesn't hit twice. Maybe it doesn't double strength scale. I wonder about that. That's very weird. Oh, I guess that interacts with a lot of things. Huh. Discard arbitrary cards and record in the 4 round of current. Okay, well... Are we doing time magic for some reason? I don't know why. Also, God, Sayleech is so hot. God damn it. I actually pulled for this character because I wanted to have her skill 3. Her skill 3 is she throws the flag at something that in range and stuns it, and then applies vulnerable, I think, or fragile or something. Applies a debuff. And I was like, yo, that's sweet. I love that. And then I realized that if you're bringing a flag bearer to an Arknight stage, you don't care about... you don't want the stun ability. It's like you want her on skill 1. If you have her on skill 1, then why aren't you just using Myrtle? I don't know. I was super sad. I really wanted to use her as like a support or something, but it's just like not good. Okay, gain 4 block for each card discarded. So I don't know how the time stuff works. Surprising for the time mage to say that, but yeah, I don't know. Copyright infringement mod based? What? Is this a Fire Emblem character? No, this is a... So, the character we're playing right now is from Arknights. Oh, I did not mean to... We're gonna go back. It is an Arknights character. Sayleech is also an Arknights character. Sayleech is the long, blonde-haired flag bearer character. Wow. That's crazy. Wow. Who would have wanted Sayleech as a character? I unfortunately don't have handlebars. Kind of wish I did though. Big flag, yes. Look, we can plant the flag. We can raise the flag and plant it. We can do many things. We can... Oh, wait. We can Seraphim form. That's crazy. Wow! We're planted, and we're in Seraphim form. Guys, everything's fine. We will not die. Dying, impossible. Okay, so I don't know what this does. The time stuff seems really, really complicated. I don't know. Second Sol model, thank you. I made it myself. It's what we do. If you want something done, you gotta do it yourself. Was that the saying? I think that's the saying. To be fair, the way time works in Slay the Spire doesn't appear to be the normal pseudo-Rhenanian manifold. Oh my god. No! It's honestly so funny. It's kind of like... How would I explain this? It's like if a wizard was trying to explain magic theorem to a... is it Warlock? Is Warlock the class that can adjust their spells? They're like natural casters, basically. So it's like a wizard explaining magic theorem, and then it's like... Like, dude, I don't know how any of that works. I'm just like an idiot who casts magic because it feels like I can do it. Okay. Draw 2 cards. Cost 1 more energy after played. Recall card. So what does that mean? Select 1 card of memory. Played last round. Play it auto. Reduce this card's damage and block by 2. If both not bigger than 0, remove from memory. Oh my god. So this is complicated. Sorcerer is the naturally gifted? Yeah, D&D class was what I was thinking. So... yeah, it's like, this is how time works. I was like, I don't know how time works. I just, like, walk to the kitchen, bro. What do you want? What do you want from me? Okay, let's see. Let's try this card. Let's see what it does. It's 0 mana, draw 2. Can't go infinite with itself because it has a feedback loop to make sure that doesn't happen. But I don't know how the recall mechanic works yet. Ow, 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 ow. Top. Great. Okay, well, we haven't done anything yet. I guess this thing is just gonna die, so it doesn't matter. We didn't draw our thing. Huh. Zap. Chase light. When recorded or removed from memory, add a flame light to your hand and randomly burn one. Okay, so I guess the memory stuff is gonna be important. Toss 1 card, gain 7 block, each of its cost. Ah, so you have ways to exhaust stuff at common. That's interesting. Are there other exhaust cards at common? I think, yeah, doesn't, it's, God, what is it called? Grit? The Grit card on, Ironclad exhausts a card at random. With the 7 block times each of its cost. The card seems very strong. 0 cost block valued at 7, and you want to exhaust cards? I guess statuses are 0. So if you're using this to exhaust... if you're using this to exhaust burns on yourself, then it's not very effective. This being at 0 is still quite strong, though. Probably has to do with the time mechanic since the discard card said something about recording the cards, maybe? Okay, well, we'll find out. Increase the damage of Flame Light by 2. At the end of your turn, deal 4 to all enemies and exhaust. When discarded, exhaust at the same time. Yeah, so this is like a do 4 damage at the end of your turn. AoE. And a Flame Light to your hand. So this seems to be like you put it somewhere and then you buy it back. I don't know what the stamp is for. Exhaust equals infinite potential? Does this go infinite? I don't know what this would go infinite with. Mostly because I don't play Ironclad and I don't know what the exhaust infinites are, but I'm just... generally when things cost 0 and you can exhaust things, like, I don't know. Generally, when things cost 0 and there's no other stuff, like there might be a concern, but I think the one problem I did with Flagbearer was I tried to avoid infinites, whereas like they seem to happen pretty easily in this game. True Grit and Havoc are common exhaust cards on Ironclad. Okay, I could see it. That's being block producing at 0 is maybe more what I thought was weird. Which there is 0 cost block cards. It's that there's a lot of text on it. You know what I mean? It exhausts something and gives you block. And cost 0. And it's at common. This card does a lot of things. My messages are doing the sending twice thing. Stream buffer thing? Darn, that's too bad. It's okay. It's okay. I only read them once, so... Thank you for telling me, though. Yeah, so this card's probably good. I don't know what we use it for. Up to 21 block fairly easily, too. Yeah, it's like you just draft some big card and then do it. It's pretty good. I want to try this, because Chase Light seems like it's a mechanic. The time stuff seems like it's a mechanic. I'm gonna be honest with you, I did not know that the time stuff, like, that read was associated with time. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I just thought she was like a fire person, you know? 21 block for 0 is wild. Yeah, and I kind of wonder if it, like, triple scales with, like, if it's similar to Sting, does it attack twice and does it triple scale? So if it's like 777, like up to 3 times, then like that's rather strong, I would say. And for 0. So yeah. I don't know how many times I can afford to reiterate myself without giving you the preface that I'm reiterating myself, but generally the problem with 0 cost cards is like, what is the opportunity cost of the card? So things that generate block, I would say, are generally low opportunity cost, because you will want to be blocking a lot of times in Slay the Spire. If it's 0 and it produces block, the opportunity cost is that you draw it. So it's the draw opportunity cost. It's a problem with cards like Flex, is that it's just hard to give up a card in your hand. Like that's just hard. But if it's 0 and produces block and can produce up to 21 block, that's just kind of like, okay, wow. That's a lot. The opportunity cost is that you have to exhaust something, which is fair. Like, that's fair. You do need to exhaust a card to use it, but as just seems pretty good. So I guess I answered my own question. I was going to say, like, what is the opportunity cost of the 0 cost card that can produce 21 block? We don't even know how easy it is to produce 21 block. There's also, like, how much does it screw up your deck to draft something that's, like, Energy 2 or Energy 3 with the hope that you draw, like, the 0 cost card at the same time? Like, I could see it. I understand that there are downsides to that card. It's just, like, looks pretty good, right? It's something that I could see being very easily broken, and then, like, it just becomes an auto pick because you understand how the character works, and then you, like, take one copy of it every time, and then, like, just exhaust stuff. Yeah. I think I'm gonna afford to disagree with you here, because if you draw 5 cards and you play a 0 cost card exhausting 1, you should probably still have 3 cards that cost 1. Unless you have another 0 cost in your hand. You will almost always have something to spend 3 energy on. Which I guess it's like spend efficiently, I don't know. Okay, we upgrade this. What does it do? Burn 3 times. That seems really good. In the base deck, no mana relic, that's true. Yeah. Okay, well, I mean, this pops the burst immediately. So... okay. Burn 1, when discarded, exhaust at the same time. Ethereal exhaust, burn 1. So why would I ever want to not play this? I guess if I'm managing the things, I don't want to do it. Burn. So it's back to 1. I didn't have to do that. Oh, it's up to 2. So is it whenever I play a card, it goes up again? Yeah, I think every time you attack, it goes back up. Oh, do we have anything in memory? Time. Recalled card. Okay. I don't. I don't know what it does. I don't know what it does! What does it do? I don't get it. Okay, I think we're gonna have to, like... Oh no, we might have needed to use both potions. Oh god. I mean, we're dying. We're definitely dying. Deal 1 damage for 6 times. So, 1 damage 6 times. A tab at the left towards every turn. After adding to memory, increase the damage by 3. Are there ways you can add this to memory aside from? Also, so is there strength scaling? Is that why it attacks 6 times? I'm confused. Oh, because when you add it to oh, I'm dumb. Okay, so this goes from 6 damage to 18. Is that how this works? No, increase the damage by 3. What's 4 times 6? 25? Nah, I can't do it. 24, right? Yeah, pranked all of you. Haha. A card that only works super well with base deck value doesn't seem very auto-picky to me in general terms. Is there scaling? This card seems very strong. Also, I mean, the thing, Poi, is that that's not the argument. It's that a lot of cards cost 1. If you draw 5 cards per turn, then you'll have things to spend your energy on. Though I suppose, once you get an energy relic, that changes things. Gotta go peace, love, and hard kills. Rasta? What does that mean? We'll see you later, Lux. Thanks for dropping by. I mean, this seems very strong, so we'll just take it. Oh, wait. I forgot that you can just take max HP damage. Man, it's been so long since we played Spire. It hasn't. It's been about a week, but I'm saying it because I'm trying to come up with an excuse for why I don't understand how the mechanics work. Okay. Oh, we got the shovel. I didn't even see that. So this thing is burning. I just realized that this is also a status that I can play, which is wild. I don't know if there's ever, like, a better time to do this. Maybe, what if we do this? That was not what I meant to do. I thought that was a dupe potion. Whoopsie. Yeah, let's attach a thing to it. Do a thing. What is this? Oh, that just adjusts your flame light damage. Burn him. Game is hard. There we go. Did it. I mean, definitely proccing the spark damage seems really strong. Oh, hey, look, it's bagpipe. There we go. Gain 6 block. Gain 5 more block for each same name card in memory. Huh? So, here's the thing, is that, like, memory exists. I haven't really seen, and, like, there's a bunch of things, right? Like, there's these, when it's added to memory, but I haven't seen any memory manipulation cards. It's just kind of like, play the cards and then they're better. So I'm confused about that. It is, for all intents and purposes, a skill card that's a status for flavor reasons. Kind of like how old Time Curse didn't work like other curses. Yeah, because it was supposed to be a status, right? Yeah, it's a skill. Because it is. Yeah, it's like, I don't know what this does. The discard cards and gain 4 block per. Added the discarded cards to memory. Discard cards. Oh, okay. So this one? Where is it? Oh, was it the one we didn't pick? Is it this? There we go. My brain works. Yeah, so this one puts them in memory. Okay. I wish I knew what arbitrary meant. Is it random cards? I don't know. Well, let's find out. Deal 7 damage, add a random epic to your hand. Costs 1 more energy after played. So these cards that increase in cost. These cards that increase in cost, I think maybe are interesting because you're supposed to exhaust them, maybe. Maybe the point is that you exhaust these with all your exhaust cards. I like the idea of that. So it's kind of like if you were playing Ironclad and then your cards started at 0, but then you exhaust them after you play them like twice. So your startup on playing them is quite strong. And then they become harder to play. It makes the exhaust cards weird on the first reshuffle, I guess, but it's like a neat idea. However, okay, so there's epic cards. Maybe not huge on that. Would be cool with a recycle-like card. Yeah. So we saw an exhaust card at common. So I want to assume there are other ways to either like shove things into memory, which maybe is like pseudo exhaust or something. Like, I don't know. Right? What does eulogize mean? Meeting conditions in parentheses at end of turn, auto played and effect. Okay, so epics autoplay if you have the condition. So these are kind of like quests, I guess. Heal 4 HP at the beginning of your turn, lose 1 HP, gain 8 block. This does not have exhaust. Why do I need this to autoplay? Because it costs 0. There are effects which synergize with autoplaying, I think. Feels a little keyword soupy right now. Feels a little keyword soupy. Like, we've got epic, we've got eulogize, we've got spark patrol, we've got, solid. We've got all the, we have burn, flame shadow, recall, chase light, flame light, memory, current. There's a lot of keywords on this character. Interestingly, the resistance, I think the resistance and spark targeting things at base is like kind of good, right? Pretty hard to go wrong with like matching action economy against a payoff. So you can see this like the 3-hit passives in League of Legends. So it's hard to attack someone 3 times in the early game and then working towards making your 3-hit passive easier to hit over time is like good, right? It's not as good at the start, but can be used to leverage advantage. And then in the later game, you can rely on it because you've increased your action economy, right? So that's good. Is misfortune enter living or enter living burn? I don't know yet. So I did want to just stop and comment and say that like this is a lot of keywords. So I feel like people I think have a tendency to throw everything they think of into a mod or like a game they're making or something. But oftentimes it's like having a few good verbs that are like sort of flexible tends to, in my opinion, work out better. Because like you want verbs that players can learn that aren't like a knowledge check, right? Like we all know what exhaust does. So because we know what exhaust does, if there's a character that revolves around exhaust, we can like think about what that means for that character. So we make connections. We go like, okay, well, this card seems pretty good with exhaust because we can like make it go up and then we can exhaust it. And then like it makes material maybe once or twice and then we exhaust it. And then we have these epics in our deck, right? We can understand what that verb does and like play around with it and do something cool with it maybe, right? Something like, I don't know what this does. We literally can't read the text because it is going off the screen. Unfortunately, I don't know if this is a normal thing that happens with the UI or that there's normally not 3 keywords that that are this long, right? So, like, yeah, this like time stuff, I guess, is their secondary mechanic. It's supposed to be important. But then you get like epic, which maybe the purpose of epic is to work well with auto play synergies, which we haven't seen much of yet, but we're on like floor 8. Okay, enter. So I think living is a different thing. So when you deal damage to enemy of burn status, gain block equal to 25% of the damage. Okay, so enter living. So if we've triggered burn, we get block equal to the damage we deal. This card costs 3. I wonder about that. Burn all resistance of the target. Deal 6 damage to random enemy for each resistance. So if we burn 4, it does a lot? Is that what I'm understanding? Does this also then give me 24 block? Because I burnt the resistance and then... Like, does this card just work? What's the deal with resistance? So resistance is their... It's like when it ticks down to 0, they take spark damage. So we have to... There's how many sparks are on it, which is 1 through 3. If it's 3, you deal like increased spark damage. But when it ticks down from 4 to 0, you do like a burst of damage. So that all seems fine. I don't know what this card does. I'm gonna remove a strike. First time your hand is full in a single turn, exhaust all unrecordable cards. For each, you draw 1 card. This is sort of interesting. So unrecordable is any not attack skill or power. So this is statuses. So if we fill our hand with statuses, when we get to a full hand, we exhaust all of it and draw a bunch of cards. This seems quite good. It is 1 energy. One is 1 energy. I guess it's kind of specific. Dull and Mute is just a 0 energy version of whatever the block card would suspend, add a copy to your hand. Or flag bearer, but it costs an additional per turn. Oh, gain 6 block, solid. A copy of this card in next round of current. Remove the card at the start of combat. Ah, I see. Yeah, this is this is like drill or whatever. Shield drill. Does it not go up? It's just 0, right? It's always 0? Yeah, Guardian Protocol. Oh my god, you actually know what the cards are because you played it. Whoa, that's crazy. We can talk about Flag Bearer. I don't know. These cards all feel weird. So, Spark Patrol. Burst, take 4 damage, you put 1 random card from your discard pile into your hand. Okay. I mean, let's just buy the cards. I want to see what they do. It's been too long for me to remember the names. Same! That's why I didn't know what Guardian Protocol was. It's been too long for me. Oh god. Oh, time to find out if burn is a status or not. Okay, I'm just gonna see what this does. Okay, turn all spark cards into living. When you deal damage, burn status, gain block equal to 25% of the thing. Yeah, which we don't. It did seem to give me block immediately, so that's pretty good. So that thing is burning. So when we attack it, we only get it for one turn. Okay, that's interesting. So yeah, lasts one round. So that was the part we couldn't read. Interesting part of this card is that it is, so we've seen this before, where the card is high energy commitment, which and then requires you to do more things, but you kind of can't. I suppose this is supposed to synergize with the cards which cost 0? Maybe? But very strange design to ask the player to spend their entire energy on it. It does trigger a whole bunch of things immediately. But if entering living is supposed to be like a payoff to like triggering burn and stuff, it costing 3 is very odd. Because you would assume that you want to lead by playing this card, enter the stance, and then do things. Yeah, it is functional on its own. It's a little disappointing to me, though, because you would assume that the satisfying thing of having, like, entering living stance, or whatever that does, right, is being able to synergize this with something. The fact that it does so much on its own is very weird, right? Even something like Wallop, right? Wallop is meant to synergize with entering Wrath, or being in Wrath beforehand. So you could be in Wrath, Wallop, and then exit Wrath. So you get benefit from being in Wrath stance and then exiting. Whereas this card just says like, oh, well, there's all your energy. Also do everything, but also, you know, I don't know if I necessarily am on board with this type of card. It does work. Seems very weird. Let's see what that does. I think we can't trigger this. We'll do it anyways. Oh, we had top. I forgot. Okay, discard arbitrary cards and record in the 4 round of current. Still don't know what this card does. Okay, discard any number. Okay. Let's discard some cards. Also, yeah. Man, I can't believe they have 0 cost Guardian Protocol. That's dope. Let's get recorded. It doesn't. So, okay, interestingly, so Guardian Protocol already is kind of low opportunity cost. Like, if you were going to block anyways, might as well throw a Guardian Protocol at it, right? But it does cost 1 energy. I feel like costing 0 and then playing it every turn seems weird. I don't see... It eats a card draw? Oh! Got it. It puts on top of your draw pile. That's the problem. I understand. Good catch. I was gonna say, if it just like puts a token copy in your hand, feels weird. It's like, okay, well, I guess I'll just play this every turn then. But that's not how it works. Oh, it's whenever you play any card, burn ticks up again. Okay. I thought it was just when you attack the thing. Yeah, okay. It's every time. Gonna discard everything. So what I meant by cost an additional card per turn, though I misspelled card. Oh, I see. I didn't understand. A spark card, burst, gain 4 block. Okay, it's whenever you... A spark card bursts. So this can trigger up to 3 times? So you could trigger it and gain 12? That's actually kind of interesting. It would be interesting to find the right number for this card. Because I would think like, oh, triggering Spark Burst is kind of like... Sometimes takes a couple turns. But... So I would think like gaining 4 is not exceptionally powerful. Also because you can't reburn them while they're recovering. Like, while they're in burned mode, you can't spark card them again. But because you can get up to 3, the fact that this can produce 12 block is kind of neat. It's kind of interesting. We'll try it. Heal 0 damage. Oh, because I'm weakened. I love doing 0 damage. Oh, do auto cards not pick up resistance again? I wonder about that. Attach a spark to an enemy, add a burn to your hand. Okay. That's kind of good. Solid 4. Move the card at the start of combat. What? At start of specific round, add this card to the top of the drop pile. So, you get this on turn 4? Is that how this works? Ow. It's weird. Hey look, it's the burn! Hexaghost is a burn thing. Okay. So now it deals 24. That's really strong, I think. If I'm understanding this correctly, that seems rather good. Okay, we'll put a spark on them. So now this should trigger our curse heal twice, which seems really good. That seems really good. Yeah, I mean, like, that was literally insane. This card's insane. You just, like, literally discard everything and then gain a whole bunch of block. That's insane, right? Sorry, it starts with 3 fires and goes up to 9. Oh my goodness! It has so many fires! Do things in memory just come back normally? Yes. So I don't seem to understand what the point of this is. Okay, so they're at 3. Oh, Spark Shine is slightly different than Spark Normal. Okay, so that's how the Patrol one worked as well. So you attach effects. See, this is the... it's like, it's so interesting. Why is this a mechanic? What is this? Which, you know, maybe if I understood it better, this is actually fine. And you know, it's all fine. But it's like, this is already cool. You attach, like, things to it, and then you trigger the resistance, and then you proc all of your things. Like, that's cool. That's cool. I don't know. So you have some other expensive card to play, and then pitch the rest. It's not that good. Costs 2 cards to get the first block. Huh? Oh. Yeah, so, like... It costs the card itself and then discarding a card, so it's 4, and then the plus 3 would be 16. So 16 for discarding your entire hand, which also kind of eats 2 more mana. Yeah, I can see it. I guess the point of it is that you discard the statuses you make in your hand, which I'm totally down with. Like, I think that's cool. You could make a Flame Light and then discard it. I don't know why you do that, but... You could. Oh, it's back at 4. Didn't I already play this card? Didn't we see it go up to 4? Does it only work if you recall it from memory? Is that the point? I also like that lights are statuses to work properly with memory. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Still don't entirely know what memory does yet, but... Oh, that doesn't do anything because it only strips one resistance. Detonate one spark card. Oh, interesting. Wait, so why did these go up? Why did that part go up? I don't know if I understood that. So we can discard these burns. Recalled card. Still didn't do anything. I guess this card isn't very good when you can't fill your entire hand with things. Okay, so now we have Spark End on them because we combined 3 Spark normals. I think that's what we did. Okay. You needed to recall it. It's not the card from memory, just another card with the same name. It's not the card from memory. Nope, I don't understand. Brain doesn't work. Yeah, so this card does not go up. I think the recall card is recalling from current, not past. Did not seem to buy back Ashless. It's like one card from memory. Default, last round. Play it, auto. Here's the card's damage and block by 2. If both not bigger than 0, remove from memory. So why doesn't this do anything? Is it just broken? Is it maybe just broken? Because we didn't play anything. I like the idea of having the strong discard outlets. I don't know if I already said this, but I do like the idea of having the strong discard outlets and then, like, never mind, I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know. The strong discard outlets are cool to pair with the adding statuses and stuff to your hand. I like that. I like the idea of making material in your hand and then discarding it. Because it's basically what discarding shivs is on Silent, except no one discards shivs because, like, why would you? There was that one defend card that scaled off of cards in memory with the same name. Oh, I have so many burns. I'm gonna die. I'm literally just going to die. 4, 8, 10. I am not dead yet. No, I am because of the attack. Okay, well, I died. Cool. Okay, it probably worded like that if it works. Okay, so we have like half an hour. We're gonna try running it back. I feel like there was a lot of stuff I did not understand. Time stuff is very confusing to the time mage. Try this again. Gain 2 temp decks. Recall. Arbitrary card. So recall any card in next round. So this gives you a delayed get things back later. It gives you temp decks. Why do you get temp decks? It's like weird flex with buy back a card next turn. Maybe you give yourself temp decks and then have like a big burst block and then let's just use it. Oh, I could have scorched. See, I could have attacked still. Does memory just not work? How does this work? How does it work? I don't understand. Does it just not work? What the fuck? I just don't understand. I just don't understand, dude. Default target last round, so it didn't have a target? Do you need to have the target when you play the card? Let's try again. Okay, Overlook. We have played cards last turn. Overlook. Scorch. Take damage. Nothing. What is... What the fuck? What the fuck? What? I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. What does it do? Okay, so I'm going to assume that it is bugged. However, let's assume that it works. Here's the problem. Is that based on the vague understanding of how the card works and trying to piece it together with the other cards, I can't seem to get it to work, right? Which my claim was, hey, even if it's mistranslated, if we can see the effects that are happening, then we can probably, come to a conclusion about how the cards fit together and infer how they work together. I know we said not to rag on the translation, but man, it'd be really helpful to have an explanation right now. Yes, I agree. But once again, this is less about the translation and more about, in my opinion, how the game mechanics work. Because they're not very self-evident. Sometimes, so evidently this effect requires something very specific that maybe we're not understanding. Maybe it does work. I don't know. It doesn't look like it works. But oftentimes, when design is good, you can literally, look at the color of things. If you played an RTS game, not RTS, what are they called? 4X game? If you played a 4X game, and you look at your resource that's red, and then you're like, I don't know what this red resource is. I don't know what it does. But the thing is, literally, I don't know what the name of it is. I don't know what it's supposed to represent. I don't know if it's gas. I don't know if it's minerals. I don't know if it's I was going to say my farts because I said gas first, right? You don't exactly know. Oh, you're going now? All right, thanks for dropping by. Thank you for enjoying Flag Bear. I hope you continue enjoying it. Let me know if you beat Ascension 20 for no particular reason. I don't know why I said that, but have fun with it. Okay, see ya. So, good design. You can literally color match things and be like, this thing is red, and then if I go look at something in my tech tree and it says red, then I go oh, that one's red, and I have the red resource. Doesn't matter what it's called, right? I just know that this has a number, it says red, and that one's red. So I choose that one. I have it. And then the thing that gives me the red is over there. So I go get red, right? You just color match things, right? Plus 30 red? Gotta get it. So sometimes, I'm saying sometimes, because oftentimes there are also mechanics that are too complicated. You have to explain them, and then once you explain them, they're pretty good. That's also fine. But usually when you have a, character defining mechanic, it should be understandable. Usually. That is in fact my expectation, and this in fact did not meet that expectation. I'm very confused. I have no idea what the hell is going on. So I wanted to regret. You got it. Regret. Okay, gain 4 block. After playing a recalled card, return this from discard pile 10. Okay, so this is their buyback, and it buybacks to block. That is fascinating. You know what you need to take here. Dublin? After played, removed from the game when recalled from memory to remove it, reset, and then move to disco pile. Yeah, listen, I think it is unfortunate that clearly there's something about recalling that I just don't know how it works. But we literally can't play this character. We're gonna take title description missing. It was an attack card. It dealt 6 and removed 2. It removed 2 resistance. Not Glasgow. No, that's a different one. That is a different plan. I was gonna say different set of people in Arc Knights. Okay, let's try it. Arbitrary. Okay, recall. Arbitrary card. Wait. Card memory default last round. Play it auto. Nice. Sounds like this mod has some pretty major issues. Well, it's unfortunate because I want to say that if the time stuff actually works, I can't really judge it, you know what I mean? But I will say that it looks very granular and not very understandable. I think I can say that for sure. There were definitely some cards that seemed a little off, and there's also keyword soup. So there's a lot of different keywords where I feel like the applying burn and burning things and like building up burn and having burn payoffs as like your main mechanic and then having a side mechanic seems like it's enough to facilitate an entire character. Like, Silent is like discard and poison. There's shivs, sure. Like, that's an archetype in massive air quotes, right? There's multiple avenues to win the game. But on the whole, I would say that Silent has like discard and poison are like the overarching mechanics. So this is a lot. You don't need an insane amount of keywords or mechanics or something. Quite frankly, now this is a bit, I was gonna say presumptuous. I don't know if this is the right way to say it. I'm gonna be real, I don't understand how the resistance bar works, but that's because I haven't been paying attention to it. Just having burns and exhaust seems enough. Yeah, it's like the making status cards in your hand, discarding them, having burns, like that already seems like you can make a whole character off of that. Right? Like there's so much design space for that. So I don't know why, like where all this other stuff is coming from. Like, keep it simple and elegant. Right? And if you're gonna make it complicated, then focus on the complicated thing. Which maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe all this recall stuff is like, it's to focus on the complicated, but we just don't understand how the mechanic works, so like we literally can't play any of these cards. Like, this is an X power. I mean, that's probably cool. For X times you play a recordable card in a single turn, wish one. After played, record this card in each of next specific rounds. Okay, I don't know what that means. Record this card in each of next specific rounds. So you record it also next turn? Recall power. I don't know. I think we can't afford to choose any of those cards anymore. Obsession. When this card is played by recall, trigger the effect. Okay, so we don't have... I wish I knew. See, the thing is... So it's weird. Memory is kind of like exhaust. In the sense that it's like a place where you can put stuff. Like, it's a temporary holding space. This is very common. Like, we were playing the character with the book that can scribe cards into the book. It's pretty common to have a secondary resource pile. Sometimes this is the discard, sometimes it's exhaust. Like, this is common. Because you want to have a way to leverage more resources than just what's in your hand. The thing is, it doesn't work. I know this character can double up on powers by recalling them. If so, that's cool. I would believe they can. Maybe the purpose of the... I'm gonna keep playing this card and keep trying to figure out what the... Wait, does it give... Why did it give me 2 strength? Does this card just... Maybe this card doesn't recall because the second effect isn't recall. It's give yourself strength. So this gives... This... 1 energy haste. Oh my god! 2 temporary inspiration? That's crazy. Oh man. We'll have to check it again. Okay. And Walker. The arm is dex down? Oh, I'm stupid. Okay, my bad. I saw the arm and I was like, oh, that's like strength, right? It looks like strength. When you deal damage without attacking, burn 1. It's bizarre. Memory. When other card is recalled, recall this card additionally. You have a second card which can recall itself. You know, now that I think about it, I guess things in memory... Recalling things in memory is an interesting way to put material in your hand. Because this character wants to build material in their hand and then discard it. So... That's the sword strength. Sword. Strength and dex down at the end of round. Use the same icon. I see. Interesting. We'll get recall to work maybe in the next 10 minutes. So it was recorded. It's been recorded. Recall. Next turn recall. Shit. I don't know, man. Remove from game. When recalled from memory to remove, reset it. Increase attack from enemies by 3. I don't know. Sure. Oh! It's like temp strength loss. So that it doesn't go away all at the same time. It's a neat effect. I don't know why this character has another I think about it, but... Do we have a recall? Why to all enemies, burn 2. Non-obsession. Oh, I didn't even read that. When this card is played by recall, trigger the effect. So this does not... So why is it non-obsession? What does that mean? It's the opposite of... Oh, God. Attach a spark patrol to every vacancy of target. Okay. Cool. I mean, this seems good. Let's try it. I'm just gonna heal. We will get a recall to trigger. We will get a recall to trigger. I have a bunch of spark patrols. Just to make recalling it weaker, I guess. Oh, right, because recall is always supposed to autoplay, and I didn't even think about it. You right. Oh, I just realized, I like the idea of the zero-cost cards ticking resistance back up. That's actually really interesting. I didn't think about that. So, like, you want the resistance to go down so you can trigger burn. But then ticking it back up to 4 so that you can tick it back down again requires you to play cards. So 0-cost cards and card plays are actually really good for this character when you want to trigger the resistance break and then have it go back up. That's really cool. I didn't think about that. That's very interesting. What the heck? Record a random card to current. Every time you play 20 cards, recall... We can play 20 cards, and then maybe trigger a recall. Skill of the first round. Move all the memory forward by 1 round. That says recall something. We're gonna recall, I swear. We're gonna make it work. Okay, this time for sure. This time for real. Excuse me. Skill of first round. Move all the memory forward by 1 round. We can actually recall something! Oh my god, it's working! Yeah, I feel like the other card is just bugged. Okay, so it's gonna autoplay the card. Recall 3 earliest doubling cards in memory. Okay, well, it didn't do anything. Okay, and now it got played. And then we advance the thing forward. What is this? Why is this here? Didn't even play that. Oh, record a random card. That's what it was. Skill of first round. So now we can we buy back a light flow? Well, we couldn't there because for some reason there was a power that was recorded. That's interesting. So light flow doesn't infinite itself because you go forward 1 round every time, but that's kind of funny. It is definitely funny. Okay, cool. So there's also another way to trigger the sparks is by putting too many sparks on them, which is a nice payoff. I kind of wonder what the... Oh, that's interesting. So you can play cards that apply sparks while you are ticking resistance back up to try and do... So that works. That's cool. That's very cool. This is a Dublin card. We had another card that referenced Dublin cards, I think. Why is this in my memory? What is happening? Why is that even there? Does it say random card? Recall any card of current. What? Why was that there? I'm so confused. Give me a skill. Defend, baby. Do I not know what this card does? Burn 1. Oh, but it's still ticking back up. Maybe. I don't know. I didn't think about it too hard. Oh, nice. Dice records around. Right. Forgot. That's why it's there. Detonate a spark card. Apply to all enemies. Spread. Oh, you know I'm gonna spread. Let's go. And we're immediately not in an AoE fight. I mean, spread. At least it triggers the one thing. What is happening? Why am I looking at this? Oh, we got to 20, that's why. So this is not obsession. So this doesn't work, but it applies to burn. Oh, okay. Cool. So it split the card into 2. It was the part that it wanted you to repeat and the part it didn't want you to repeat. We sort of knew that, but... Okay, cool. That seems good. Oh, this is the status from the other card. Record. Record a random card. What do we get? Art knot. Not a skill. Can I do this already? Oh my goodness. Insane. I feel like there's some way to just get a bunch of zero cost cards and then like play through all of them. Step card counts one more time. Oh, so I guess step is when it has like the Giga one on it. So it'll attack multiple times. Kind of like the Exhaust card gain block per energy card a bit more now that I understand that the memory mechanic inherently pays off high cost cards more. So it's a bit of incentive to build around. Yeah, so like you want to have high cost cards so that you autoplay them with the recall mechanic, which means that you want to like exhaust or record them somehow and then play them from memory. That makes sense. Nate, exhaust. Choose at most 3 cards in the draw pile. Remove and solid each one to next to that many rounds from current. So this lets you draw things in the future for 0. 5 cards. I mean, sure. So it's a delayed tutor effect. So you can get 1 next turn, 2 turns from now, or 3. Yeah, okay. Let's try it. I don't even know what we're gonna... Let's do this one. Let's draw that next turn. Oh, and we got to 20. So we get to play that for 0, and it does nothing. Let's fucking go! Okay, why am I doing this now? Didn't say do that next turn? Did we misunderstand how the card works? Is reading hard? Yeah, I thought we tried it the other way too. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just pressing buttons. I'm pressing the highlighted cards. Alright, cool. We did it. Alright, it's getting pretty close, and I actually think I'm going to just, like, probably leave a bit early. Because I need to pee. But also, I don't really want to come back for, like, 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, if I go now, and that's like 30 seconds, and then come back for... Yeah, that's stupid. Why? I'm just gonna go. 1 second. BRB. PP boy. Yeah, I know, right? Sorry, guys, I have to pee. And then I think we'll do closing thoughts after. And we'll spend the 5 minutes. Okay, BRB. Okay, we're back. Let's do closing thoughts for this, because I don't feel, now that we got the recall mechanic to work, I don't think I need to play anymore. Closing thoughts. The thing that I never timestamp, because I don't know why I don't do it, but okay, so this character was a little odd. The first thing is, I don't know why they start with more gold. I don't know if this is a meme. Like, if the point of this is that it's a meme. It probably doesn't matter that much, but also it's weird that you would do it. Also weird that they don't start at full HP. Again, is this a meme? And I don't know why. Like, I don't know why. Why would they have... Also, is their HP high? Their HP is relatively high. I don't know why they start at 80. Like, it's just weird. Don't do that. Unless this is a meme, in which case that's kind of funny. So the burn stuff. I feel like the burns and then applying sparks is cool. Like, that's just a cool mechanic. That's interesting. I think that the triggering mechanism for it, like this doing damage, which burns once, and then it burns twice, and then this being able to burn with the flame shadow, like, it's cool. Like, all the numbers for this works out. It's good. It's good that it does all this. I also like the idea that you add statuses to your hand and then you, like, want to discard them, or you want to, like, yeah. Again, your card advantage is, like, putting these weird, like, zero-cost cantrips in your hand and then discarding them. That's neat. The time stuff, when it worked, was okay. And I think it's a secondary way to have additional card plays, because the second half of resistance is that when it ticks to 0 and you trigger the thing, you need to play more cards to untick it back to 4. So having zero-cost cards for card plays and also having auto plays makes a lot of sense for ticking resistance back up so that you can trigger your sparks again. So, like, that's all cool and interesting. I'm going to chalk it up to bad translation, that we did not know how the recall stuff worked. I think having a payoff effect for specifically recalling and autoplaying is cool and interesting. I feel like there was a lot of other keyword soup, though, and also that I think even making the secondary area for memory is like I don't know if it's just translation or if it's weird, right? And yeah, there were some cards that I thought was weird. Like, this seems kind of weird. It's just odd that it costs 3 and then it expects you to play more cards. Generally, cards that expect you to play more cards cost less. Cost less and do less, because they're a payoff. Or they're an enabler? They're an enabler, I think. I don't know why my brain's not working, but yeah. I thought it was neat to just, like, chain through stuff. I know that light flow didn't do anything, but you can, like, as soon as you've played a light flow, you can just, like, cycle through that turn that you played light flow and then, like, continue going up until you find the card that you wanted to play, so that was kind of interesting. I wonder how it stacks either the Ascension that starts you at lower HP. Yeah, I don't know how that works. But if you get Misfortune off of Recall... okay. So this is a payoff card. So you want to record it, and then when you record it, you autoplay it, and then get to do your thing. Okay, I can see that. Sure. There's a lot of zero-cost cards. We saw a lot of zero-cost cards, I suppose. Yeah, I guess I also like the idea of the zero-cost cards which tick up that you then exhaust. It was unclear to me if this character has access to easy exhausting all the time, or if it was just this card. So if there are more cards which exhaust your cards, and the ticking up your cost is like a sub-archetype that then you exhaust those cards later, that seems really cool to me. So yeah, I think there was interesting things. I think that, like, why is We Will Find Light like a... Why? Why? Did we see any normal obsession cards, by the way, or just non-obsession? We saw an obsession card. It was an uncommon. No, it was common? Was it common? It was Ember. So when you recall this card, you burn twice. So you record it and then you burn twice. I just realized that this is a Rathalos. That's really funny. Did not notice that. Yeah, so having cards which you play easily and then you recall them, that's cool. It's neat ideas. I feel like I didn't get a good sense of what this character is actually supposed to be doing. It seemed like you could do crazy broken stuff, though. It felt like the amount of zero-cost cards that you could play will lead you to playing a lot of cards and then doing degenerate bullshit. So that's what it feels like. It feels like you can make a lot of token cards and play a lot of cards and then like trigger your Spark and then have Spark Patrol and then buy back the 3 cards that you use to trigger the Spark, which I guess doesn't inherently go infinite because you would need to tick the thing back up. You would need to be able to trigger resistance with like 1 card, and that doesn't even work because the resistance needs to tick back up. So that doesn't really, right? It doesn't actually like go infinite or do anything, but it's kind of like, okay, is it insanely powerful to be able to buy back 3 cards and then do like 12 damage? Like, that seems kind of good. That seems kind of strong. So I wonder about that. So, this one was a bit weird because, like, again, the translation was bad. We can't really fault it for bad translation specifically, because again, that's not technically designed. It's a little unfortunate that we couldn't understand it better. Yeah, so I guess the main ones I wanted to say were that I think the resistance was cool. I think that the numbers transferred really well from Arknights to this game. And also that I think having zero-cost cards to handle the back half of resistance was cool and interesting. Like, that's a good way to do it. And also that you produce material by putting statuses in your hand and discard them. Cool. Okay. I also like the keyword icons, though it'd be nice if they were more encompassing. Yeah, I did not immediately put this together that this was related to the keyword. But sure. If Dublin and Chaselight are characters, it makes sense to only have those 2. No. Dublin is where Lead is from, I think, and I don't know what Chaselight is. I literally just don't know what this is. But yeah, I think the mechanism of putting something into a temporary zone and getting payoffs for retrieving it from the temporary zone is fine. That is a completely reasonable mechanic to build around. So if the main mechanics are like applying burn and stuff, and then you retrieve cards from the temporary zone, then you sort of have the card advantage and then like the main mechanic. So that's fine, honestly. So I guess all in all, it's actually like kind of fine. I wasn't sure if any of the cards were insanely broken because we didn't like get that far. So I don't know. I want to say that having a lot of zero-cost cards inherently is quite strong. I guess there's also the idea that the opportunity cost of playing zero-cost cards, especially when they're tokens that are made in your hand after playing another card, like it's sort of, I don't know, feels weird. Feels a little weird. Like, I'm just gonna spam the zero-cost cards. Which I guess, now that I think about it, you could say the opportunity cost of playing a zero-cost card when they haven't procced resistance is that you could have been proccing resistance to tick back up, but then, yeah, okay. So it's like, if the idea was that doing that incorrectly means that you're not playing the character well enough to succeed, then I would say that that's opportunity cost enough, actually. Because then the sequencing matters. and caring about what resistance they're at matters, but even that's kind of weird, because I feel like if you've procced resistance, you're going to want to play all of the zero-cost cards basically all the time, which is just, it turns into like an ordering thing, or a sequencing thing that doesn't seem... It's a sequencing thing that doesn't seem very skill-intensive, right? Like, it's not really decision-making. It's just, okay, well, I can proc resistance, so I'm going to not play my zero costs first. It's maybe just like a fun mini-game to exist within. Yeah. Okay, that's going to be it for today. All right. All in all, it was fun to play burn cards. I like seeing the burn proc go off and do damage. It was fun. That's going to be it. So, if you're still here, I'll say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Fire Emblem on the weekend. Friendly reminder that the Sunday stream will be 1 hour earlier and probably won't be doing much content. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Appreciate your support as always, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye.